It's the Cobry Cafetiere of cloud knowledge. Oh yeah.
I guess there's two very well-defined pillars of being a workspace partner and the value we add, and one of those is the kind of transition to workspace. So knowing what to do, both in the technical and on the change, the human side, when it comes to transitioning to workspace. But also for organizations that are already on workspace, we add a lot of value to those organizations through our support, our retainers, our expertise, and the ways we see processes evolve once people are on the cloud. We can definitely help with that as well.
No matter what system you're coming from, it is a big change to go to Google. Like, it is a way of working differently. So when we do that, we've helped a lot of organizations of different shapes and sizes manage that transition. And each one we've learned different things along the way. So we've got a huge lessons log that we can refer to help organizations that are in a similar position to the newest customers that we're working with. And we can advise of any potential pitfalls or little issues or just things that they should be aware of, and best practices that they can take on with the rest of their organization when they do make the move.
There's no substitute for experience, and having been over the ground many times, which we have, means that it might say this in a help article and it might say that in a YouTube video, but we can come in and say, well, for what you're trying to achieve and where you're trying to take things, I suggest a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I'd add in this thing, and it's exactly right for them.
If you're a customer that's working directly with Google and you've got support issues or items to be addressed, every time that you create a ticket and you reach out to the Google support team, you're going to be dealing with a new help desk person who's going to have to learn your business from the ground up and the way that you're doing things and what you're trying to achieve. But when you work with a partner like Cobry, you've got a dedicated account manager, you've got a customer engineer, you're working with the same team all the time who knows your business, they know your team members, they know your processes, and they can fix things very quickly, and have that kind of personal touch with it as well.
Understanding what the customer or the client is trying to achieve, what are they trying to achieve as a business, what are they all about, what are their priorities, what do they care about, and being inside their heads in that sense. So then that allows me as Cobry to map everything that we know about Workspace, which is considerable, and map it onto their strategy.
We have access to some of the things that the general public doesn't have access to, regarding updates, regarding workflows, regarding news from Google that's coming down.
Visibility into the roadmap for kind of new features and the way that the platform is developing, so that we get a heads up on what's coming. We can feed that back to our customers so that they can help kind of plan and prepare for what processes they might want to look at updating next, or what features they want to make use of in particular areas of their business.
What our newsletter, our social channels, YouTube, everything we do, we always talk about the latest things that are coming up and how people can get the most out of Workspace. So if you're connected with us on those or on our newsletter list, then our clients are always going to be up to date with what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of people just assume that as soon as you set up Google Workspace and you put your data in there, that everything is perfectly secured and nobody can touch it, it's all yours. And if it's done correctly, then yes, that is absolutely right, but it is a joint responsibility model. So Google provides the platform and the tools and the different configurations available, but it is down to you or your Google Cloud partner to configure things correctly and make sure that you've got all the right settings in place so that it is entirely secure, but you've also got that kind of good balance of usability alongside it. A couple of areas that goes along with our support in terms of why work with a partner rather than trying to do it internally is that we will offer kind of monthly training webinars so that you can always keep your team up to date with the latest features and the latest kind of tools and how to do the best practices. But another really popular area, especially in the early days when you switch over and you're looking at all your different processes, is transformation labs, where we kind of look at the way that your team are currently working with the tools that they're using at the moment, and then we kind of map that out onto the new Google tools. Jumping in at the deep end, both feet, and embracing the tools is the best way to do it with a bit of guidance from a partner like Cobry.